everyone, sister witches and brother witches and non-witches, all are welcome. This is Athena the Witch 13. I wanted to continue with the Wheel of the Years. I gave you more of the pagan version. And so I would like to go, excuse me, but the allergies are killing me. I'd like to go and show you how the Wiccan actually named the Sabbaths and the cross quarters. Okay. And this is a picture that I went and located that I had on file. So this is it. I hope you can see it. I don't know if you can, maybe if I could put it far. Yeah, like this. Okay. So that's in the Northern Hemisphere. Okay. And what I wanted to start off with, and let's see, I got this all down for you. Uh, we'll start with, where's my other picture? I'm telling you, everything flies all over the place. Let's see, my burn town. Where's my, unless that's gone someplace. Let's see. So, anywho, the way this starts off is we can start with Yule, okay? So, with Yule, like I said, December 21st to the 23rd, like that, okay? And it's a holiday that's celebrated more than just Wiccans do, in fact, but probably more common known as the winter solstice because it's that, cross quarter. And it's a day of the year when nighttime is the longest, okay, and day is the shortest, okay. Yule is a time for meditating on the year behind you, okay, as well as life itself, okay. So you kind of like thinking back on what the past year has been for you, okay. We honor the ever turning wheel, okay, of the birth. So it just goes around, continuation. All right. We use this time to look ahead, okay, of what's coming in the spring and the new cycle of life that it will bring with us. Okay. So that's the Yule. All right. And I'm sorry, I apologize, but it is so bad what I have. I actually have, thank God I'm wearing these eyeglasses because my eyelids are burnt. It's almost like from the allergies. It's so bad. Um, what I wanted to say is that we go into, like I said, um, in bulk. Where is my in bulk now? I think my in bulk might be here. Yeah. I just took it out for you guys too. And that's like, February the 2nd and the 1st. And it's like with the groundhog. Okay. So we covered that. And Ostra is that cross quarter. Okay. Which usually falls on March the 20th. Okay. Wiccans and other pagans might call this a holiday Ostra. Okay. But it's more commonly known all around the world as spring. It's the spring equinox, really. Okay. This means that it's one of those 2 days in the year when daytime and nighttime are the same length. Okay. So Wiccans call this Ostra. For some Wiccans, this is the principal holiday, okay, for worshiping the triple goddess, the crone, mother, and maiden, or maiden, mother, and crone. Otherwise, focus on specifically worshiping the maiden, since she is the principal associated with the spring uh, youth. Okay. And then after that comes Beltane, another cross quarter. Okay. And that usually falls the 1st of May, May Day. Okay. Um, in Wicca, it refers to May Day as Beltane, but you may hear also others call it most famous May Day. Okay. So Beltane marks the midpoint between spring equinox, Ostra, and the summer solstice, which they call Litha. Wiccans will sometimes celebrate the day with traditional rites and decor, and such as dancing and the maypole, if you've ever seen pictures of the maypole. But this is also a very popular time for, as we talked about, fertility magic. Fertility with the animals, fertility with humans. It's all around. And then after May, okay, uh, let's see, we go to Litha, which is for summer. Okay, it's midsummer. All right, and it's the midsummer solstice. And that usually occurs around June 21st. So we're ending May. Today's May 30th. So we'll be entering June pretty soon. This holiday marks the time when daylight now is the longest and nighttime is the shortest. Okay. And Wiccans celebrate this with bonfires. Okay. And it's a big celebration. And it's typical for Litha. Okay, so don't be afraid to go all out for this holiday. This is also the same time when we honor the horn god. Okay, at the height of his power. The horn god is at the height of his power during the summertime. Okay. And then Lammas. So Lammas is a Wiccan holiday also, and it falls on the 1st of August. Now, this date will be, it changes, obvious, all of them change on the calendar. So if you just want to know, get your calendar, for that month of August, and you'll see when to celebrate, what day it starts the celebration. Lammas is the first of the 3 harvest festivals on the Wiccan calendar. Okay. For farmers, many crops are still growing at this point in the year. Okay, so Lammas is good about petitioning the gods for the upcoming harvest, like to get good grain and corn and vegetables and fruits, that kind of thing. For modern day Wiccans, okay, the harvest might not be as important as it once was. See, back in the day with the pagan religion, that's how people knew when to cultivate, plant their seeds to grow vegetables, all sorts of food and fruits, and their livestock. When they could count on. Oh, that's my cat now. What are you doing? She's behind me. Okay. So it's that time of year of abundance and growth, also in our lives, okay, and in other ways, such as spirituality. So, like in Ireland, you might hear the term, instead of Lammas, you might hear Lunasa, and it's a very big celebration. So, I'm sorry, I need to pause right now. And I don't think I can pause right now. Can I help you?
Betsy died.
Who?
Betsy.
Okay.
from Barnegat.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
don't sound so old.
Yeah. No, well, it's sets, unfortunately.
Snore. Sometimes snore.
My husband just came in to give us some sad news. A friend of ours passed. She was ill, and so my prayers go out to her, um, to Betsy. Okay, so that was Lunasa. Okay, and then we get to Mabon, which is in September. Some people say Mabon, some people say Mabon. Um, it's celebrated in September, around the 22nd of September. Okay, and it's the Wiccan holiday. It's also the date of the fall equinox. All right, and it is the second of the second day of the year, which Ostra is the other, when the daytime and the nighttime equal lengths. Okay, so they're equal. Malburn is the second of the three harvests, okay, on the wheel of the year. And during this celebration, we express thanks for the gifts that the god and goddess have bestowed upon us during the year. Traditionally, these would be thanks for good harvest, but we thank the Lord and Lady for all sorts of things these days. Now, this is also considered um, Thanksgiving for Wiccans, okay? And so this happens in September. Also, we call it Indian summer, you know. Um, and then the next day we have is Samhain, which is Halloween. So Samhain always falls on October 31st. That day will be, depending on the year, it'll fall on a Sunday or Monday, whatever. Okay. It's perfectly fine for Wiccans to celebrate Halloween, but we also have our own holiday to celebrate on the 31st. As with similar celebrations, around this time, um, you would also hear the term Dia de los Muertos, All Saints Day, which is November 1st. Samhain is a time of reflection about the loved ones. It's a time, Samhain, when the veil is very thin between the two worlds and we communicate with the dead. So it's a time that you may want to do something like a favorite meal that your deceased loved one liked, and set a plate at the table, a chair, and honor that deceased loved one with their favorite meal. Okay. Um, so that's done. It's a time when, uh, if you are in Salem, there are a lot of seances that go on there. But throughout, the country, in all different states, these take place as well. Samhain is a time of year when the witches will attempt to communicate with or work magic with the dead. I remember I used to go to the march with everyone in Salem, going to the hill where supposedly the supposed witches were hung. We still, you know, were they witches? Probably not. Maybe one or two. Who knows? But there's a big story attached to that. Anyhow, it all had to do with greed, power, money, because there was a big um, financial gain in confiscating the land of the impoverished, the widows, the old, and everything. Once you imprisoned the so called witch, people got paid money when they went on trial. People got paid money when they were put in jail. So all sorts of people made money on these poor people that they were calling witches. So it was all about power and money, really. Um, but um, you'll hear a lot of different versions, and I think that's the one that I'll stick with because the more I looked into the history of it, the more I saw all these powerful people getting very rich and richer off of these poor, um, presumed witches, okay, that they executed. There was 19 in all of them, really. And if you ever get to Salem, there's a cemetery with their names on it. Some have benches with their name and the date also. Um, I found out that I have a lineage with John Proctor. He was so-called one witch. Um, so that was interesting. They almost put his wife to death, and she was with child, but it was just at the time when all of a sudden everything stopped. They stopped taking people and accusing them of being witches, and it all died down at that point. So she was saved. Um, but yeah, it was a terrible time, you know? So that's really the Wiccan part of it. Now, the ritual candle meaning, this has to do with your candles, different colors, obviously. So, the red candle, for example, is the candle of strength, of vitality, of passion, of magnetism. And it's also the candle that you want to use if you want to bring two people together. Okay. So if you have your eye on a particular person and you think that person needs just a little push, okay, you can buy a female and male candle, red, at the store or online. You can order it and find a spell that goes with that. We'll be talking about spells down the line, so you'll know what I mean when I say how to bring together two people, and with the help of that red candle. You can also use pink. Okay, yeah, you can also use pink. That's another one that you can use as well, because it's for love, devotion, attraction. Um, it's also pink is also for healing as well. So you might want to do one pink and red, or vice versa, or just red. It's up to you. Now, orange has to do with emotion. That's creativity. That's sensuality, inspiration, magnetism. Um, Orange. So that's another um, that's another candle that I really like when I'm trying to get more creative. I will put up an orange candle and a yellow candle. Okay. Yellow is for self esteem, willpower, intellect, concentration. So that's why I like both of them, an orange and a yellow, because the orange creativity, but yet the yellow helps with concentration to bring about that creativity. Okay. Green for abundance. Okay. It's good luck. It's health. It's love too. And it also is to attract someone's heart, or if their heart is like a heart of stone. Green is a nice, soothing color. Also, pink for that matter, really. Then you have blue. Okay, and blue is more, for the throat chakra. That is like the box, the voice box, communication. Okay, it's for loyalty. It's for truth. It's for harmony. So a lot of times you want to say something, but you can't, and you don't know why. You're kind of closed off at the throat. That's your communication that's blocked. It needs to be unblocked. And we'll do chakra work down the line. Very interesting because we use these colors as well. And I will show you what they mean and what to do when they're murky and get them clear. So it's real fun. We'll do chakra. Lavender is more spiritual, okay? Assistance in calming, more understanding of the divine. It's your higher self there. Um, and then purple. Purple is wisdom. It's for psychic power, vision, meditation. Sometimes when I meditate, right at the beginning, I'll see like a lavender and then a darker purple, right in my mind's eye. White is for purification, seen at the crown chakra, balance, peace, and enlightenment. Okay, that's what that one's for. And black. Now, black is for protection, okay? But it's also it's used for reversing and banishing, dissolving hexes and negative energy. But I also like to use black just when I'm doing my spiritual work. I just like the comfort I get from it. Um, Even though my witchy room is well protected, my home is well protected, I just get a comfort using the black candle. Um, and it dissolves the negative energy. So, it's helpful. Now, a lot of times I will, when I do a spell, depending on what the spell is, like say if I do a money spell, all right, there are all sorts of money spells. There's money spells using the money bowl. There's money spells when you use a charcoal and you burn. Now, don't go and burn any money that's circulating. You can actually go to the bank and ask them if they have any um, out of service bills that no longer are useful to buy. And you can buy dollar bills, $5 bills, it's not in circulation anymore. So, but you really cannot burn circulating money. Okay. It's against the law. So be careful. But if you do get the ones that are out of circulation, you can burn that as a offering for a money spell. And then there's like, different herbs that you would put with it also while you're burning that. That's another one. Or you can actually write like a pyramid and ask for certain things in that pyramid with dollar signs. I mean, I'll go over all of that. But with that, if you're going to do something in a jar, let's say, you do your spell and you have all these ingredients in your jar and you put a tin cover on top of it. You can take a green candle, put anointing oil starting from the top, going down, and you can also, the herbs that you choose for money, like basil and cinnamon, you can actually roll your candle in that. And if you want, if you have chips, like crystal chips, I have a lot of different crystal chips. Those that I want to enhance for money, I will roll the candle in that. And then I will burn the bottom of the candle a little bit to get wax so that when I stick it on top of the tin lid, it stands. But again, be very careful, okay? Um, that's okay if you're going to stay in the room and watch it burn completely. If you're not, then don't use anything but like a birthday candle, okay? Because that'll go out like in a half an hour. But if you get the tapered ones, that could take 3 or 4 hours, okay? So unless you're going to be watching it, don't leave it unattended because that's how fires start. I just went back to Target because I bought a candle with 3 wicks some months ago, and I completely forgot about it. And I got a text saying there was a recall to bring the candle back to the store and get a refund. So I did today. Um, Supposedly, if you lit the candle, it could explode or you could get burned in the process, something like that. So, yeah, you got to be careful. And also on your candles, you have to, the bottom of the candle. Let's see. I have something here. Well, that you can't really see that well. Not this one either. Let me see if I have something here. No, that's almost done with too. Maybe here. Well, you can't really see. Smells nice. You're supposed to have like on the bottom. I don't know if you can see this. Okay. You must have that when you buy a candle because if you don't, then you can actually cause a fire. All right. It's a protection device also. My luck lately with candles, I have more wax than I have of the string. Okay. For some reason, it just breaks off and I'm left with all of this wax. So I decided that what I was going to do was break the wax out of the jars and save it and go to the store and buy the string and the bottom to put around the string and melt the wax and make new candles out of old wax. Candles can be expensive today. You can find some that are like $4.99 or some are $10.99. I've even seen some $19.99, $29.99. I have a lot of candles. I love candles. Makes my husband very nervous because he's a retired fireman. So he constantly says to me, Ange, make sure you don't leave that room with a candle on. And it's embedded in here. So, but yeah, when I order a candle or I like to really buy my candles because this way I can take the top off and I can smell what it smells like. Some candles state there are certain things, but then when you take the lid off and you smell it, it doesn't really have what it says on the writing, So if I'm looking at something with mango and I don't smell the mango, I don't want it. Okay, so you got to smell your candles and see which ones you like the most. And some of them are really very nice, and some of them I wouldn't pay the price for them. Like Yankee Candle, I think, and that's me. Okay, if you like Yankee Candle, God bless you. But I think Yankee Candle is very expensive, and I can find candles less expensive than that, and that smell great. So each his own. I'm just putting it out there. Some of them are, affordable. And like I said, if you recycle the wax because the tip, the thread broke off or you can't use it anymore, and you melt the wax, you can make your own candle, and that'll save you time and money. Okay, on that. Birthday candles, for example, if you want to do a quick spell and you don't have time to sit there and watch the candle, for hours, burn out, there you go. Use the birthday candles. They come in all colors. Okay. Just make sure it's not the ones that, you extinct and comes back up, relights itself. I love those, but that's not the ones. No. And you can find them in all colors. Okay. Another thing with the birthday candles, it's a spell. When you blow out the candles on a cake and make a wish, okay, that's magic. All right. And it's something that people don't think of, but yeah, it is. Um, Candles come in the tall ones like this. This is my money candle. Okay. This is what they call a 7-day candle. And I've seen candles like that with the rainbow color. Okay. So, which is nice because you can meditate on a particular color. Okay. And when that's gone, you can go to the other one and meditate on that one. So that's pretty neat. They come in white, black. I've seen them in all colors: red, green, yellow. um so those are the 7-day candle. And then you come to the candles that are about this size. I guess doesn't say what the size is, but I was given this. Not all angels have wings. Some have stethoscopes. Because I'm a nurse, I was given this. It's cute. Um, and then, like I said, you have candles that come in the form of animals too. Okay. In the form of the god or the goddess, if you're Wiccan. Okay, and you want to do something like that. So, but they all have meanings. All these colors, and they also go with certain spells. Okay. Like I said, if you feel that someone has hexed you, or you feel that someone is wishing you ill, sometimes you can feel it. You don't know, you can't say exactly that the person is doing that, but it's sometimes the way they look at you, the way they address you. They're not really charming. Let's put it that way. Uh, and sometimes it's just people who are envious. You know, that too. Really, being hex is pretty rare. Okay. Um, there are some witches that dwell in the black magic. I'm not one of them. Okay. That's not my thing. It never has been. I am, I guess you could say, the white witch. Okay. Whatever I do for the good of all. And because the Wiccans have a creed that says, do as I will and harm none. And if you do harm someone, it'll come back to you threefold. Okay. I believe that. So I take that from them. Thank you. Always wish people well. You know, someone is nasty to you, just let it go. Just let it go. It's not worth getting upset. Okay. Wish them well. Send them the color of pink and green. Okay. Uh, Also, you could send them the color of lavender, amethyst. Okay. You can meditate on an amethyst stone so that they relax and become calm and nice. You can use crystals for a lot of different things. And we'll talk about crystals. That's another subject. Um, Everyone, usually, when they are into crystals, have crystals that they're attracted to. Um, I don't buy my crystals online. And the reason I don't do that is because I want the crystal to call to me. Okay. I will go to a store and I will walk around and look at all of these wonderful, gorgeous crystals. And I may find a crystal that I wasn't even thinking of buying, but it's talking to me. So that means it's got to do some work with me. So I'll buy it. And then there are times when I don't know if this ever happened to you, but I have on pearl earrings. They're not real pearls, and I'll tell you why. I don't have luck with real pearls. Uh, I think my energy and my vibration is too high for them, and so I lose them. Now, these I don't care if I lose because they didn't cost me much. But when I did lose my real pearls, that bothered me. But then again, I said, you know what? Whatever work that I had to do with them was done, and now they're on their way. They're going to someone else to help someone else. So that's the way I look at it. Sometimes the things that you work with, crystals or stones or things that you usually have around, and all of a sudden you can't find it. And you're like, it was here yesterday. What happened to it? Oh, walked away. Okay. It probably disappeared because whatever you had to do with it, you completed, and now it's gone. Now it wants you to focus on something else. And you may find it at another time, but right now it's telling you we've already completed what we were supposed to do together. So it's telling you to go on and look for something else. Okay. So all of these colors have meaning. All of these candles with colors have meaning. All of the spells that you do the candles with and the herbs and the crystals, they all have meaning and they all can work together. So we'll do a couple of those together further down the line so that I'll show you the next time my, I guess, collection of crystal chips. Now, those I bought online because you can't find them in the store. And if you do find them in the store, they are extremely expensive. Okay. And I use them when I start a new candle. I'll put my crystal chips in there and some herbs. Uh, First, what I do is I anoint the inner of my candle with anointing oil. Okay. And then I'll put the herbs that, let's say if I'm doing a spell for prosperity, my basil in there. Okay. My rosemary, my cinnamon. And then I'll put the chips, the crystal chips that correspond to that in there. And I'll meditate on that, and then I'll light it. And it's really nice. So, but to each his own, and we'll talk about how to do all of those. So I hope this was interesting for you. Let's see. Let's say something. Let me read. Let me see here. Okay. Okay. So let me know what you do with your candles and how you use them in your spells. Okay. Also, let me know. Let me send that to you. Okay. So let me know what you would like. For example, there are all sorts of spells to do, but the thing is, a lot of people want to start with a money spell. which is fun, really. And so I think maybe tomorrow that's what we'll do. I'll start you off with a money spell. Um, a colleague of mine said today, she goes, if I don't get a second job, you better do a spell for me, she says, because I'm running out of money. So I said, okay. So that's what we'll do. We'll do a spell, a money spell tomorrow for her, and you can use it for yourself and see what happens with it. Okay. So I bid you farewell for tonight. I hope everything that you wanted today turned out well for you. And God bless you. Brightest blessings. Till tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.